kind of like an Ask Isaiah type of theme, at least once or twice a week to field all the questions that are coming in with the sales and marketing strategy we're teaching. And so I have Ro here today. She's going to kind of guide us through some of the questions that she's been fielding. And Ro, what do we have today for our question?
All right. So today, what do you see changing in business over the next couple of years that if agents don't get on board with it, it could affect them?
Wow. Where do I start? That's a really that's a loaded, what I call a loaded question. There's a lot there. I think I'll try to break it down in something that people can retain and apply. The first thing I would say is leverage. So if you look back in like 15, 20 years ago, we primarily, if you're in the service industry and you weren't getting referrals, you were doing what I would call offline marketing, maybe some online marketing, where you're doing TV, radio. You were doing you're doing a billboard, or maybe you're doing something in the newspaper, or whatever it may be. And online leads started becoming more popular. And then we realized that we have to make this transition. And now here we are with COVID, and the world has gone virtual. So in my opinion, if anyone in the home service industry, particularly real estate agents, mortgage insurance agents, if they're not sold out on digital marketing and actually having a strong sales and marketing plan that they're using and operating on a daily basis, it's going to affect them in a big way, because the people that do, or their competitors that do, are going to stand apart head and shoulders, and they're going to kind of drown them out over time if they don't adjust to that in a big way. And so an example, what we do with our brokerage is we practice what we preach. We actually have a set calendar of activities that we do every single day. Now, here's one of the mistakes, is we think that putting a digital marketing plan means that we can just forego all of the fundamentals of sales. And that's the number one cancer that's happening, and is that we're going out, we're spending all this money on digital marketing, we're spending all this time doing social media, but at the end of the day, we're not attaching our sales process to it, right? And so what ends up happening is we're generating all these leads, but now we have a lead conversion problem. That's number two, is leveraging. In this world, you would hear people doing 100, you'd hear agents doing 100 units, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. And it is still amazing, but it's easier than ever. It's more easier than ever before to do 100 transactions, because you just got to have the right leverage points. So number two is, if you want to get ahead of your competition and stay ahead of your competition, you have to be leveraging automation, artificial intelligence, and I believe at least one or multiple inside sales agents as your database continues to build. Now, what do I mean? So sales automation, it's a simple term for multi-channel marketing, meaning you have static automation that's happening between text messages, emails, direct to voicemail, postcards. You have a multi-channel marketing approach happening within your database. And then what you're doing periodically is you're sending out broadcasts. You're doing unique campaigns, promotional campaigns to your database. But then there's something called dynamic automation, where artificial intelligence will allow you, based on behaviors, to start approaching and going after leads automatically through text messages. And where you can take it to a whole nother level with technology right now, which is what has been a game changer for us, and we've been a huge part of this innovative process in our industry, is having an ISA available 24/7 to step into that conversation. And here's number three. You don't want to become dependent too much on automation, thinking that if you get your digital marketing, your automation going, that's going to be the savior of your business. Because if you don't have the third component, which is awesome human interaction and human follow-up, you will miss the boat big time. And I think, just to kind of leave off with, to kind of wrap this question up, because it is a very loaded question. If you don't want to be left behind over the next 2 to 3 years, especially as the tech companies come in, there's more tech companies. There's a whole lot of changes happening with the home service industry in general, especially with real estate, with Zillow and what they're doing, all those different things. If you want have a presence and you want to scale your business and gain momentum, you have to change your methodology. And what I mean by that is we have this marketing funnel idea that we've all been talked about, where you generate leads and you get transactions from those leads through this concept called the marketing and sales funnel. The problem with that model is it doesn't ever generate momentum. And if you want to look at a case study after case study after case study, and I've had the privilege of working with over 200 agents that are on the Wall Street Journal's top 250, have been on there at some point. And if you look at the agents that have gained momentum in their business versus the agents that don't, is the agents that are gaining momentum are getting away from this old model of a sales funnel. They're moving to what I call sales and marketing 2.0, where they're focused on the entire process of their business, or what I call a flywheel marketing methodology. And it's simply, if you look at flywheel, if you never heard me talk about it, a flywheel is a mechanism that spins, and the faster that it spins, the more energy that it produces. And the more energy that it produces, the better the results, right? So you can take that model and apply it to our business, where if you aren't hyper-focused on marketing, sales, and service, and those things are not part of your hyper-focus, you're gonna slow your momentum down in your business. So, for example, some agents are really good at of just going out and getting new business, right? But then after that, their business slows down because they're not really good at keeping that business a part of their community and generating more referrals. And then you have other people, they're great at getting referrals through their past client database and their SOI, but they're horrible at getting new business. So there's a friction point that happens somewhere, and the agents that are going to win, the entrepreneurs are going to win, are that really adopt that flywheel methodology and bring their marketing, sales, and service that came together. So whoever asked that question, it's an awesome question, and it's about hyper focusing on all three of them coming together and leveraging technology and tools any way that you can, so you can scale. So that's all I got for today.
Awesome. And if anyone has questions, be sure to reach out to us on social media, because we'd love to answer them about every other day.
Awesome. So I would love to do that. And what can they do? Hashtag, I think the hashtag is Isaiah.
Yeah. Hashtag Ask Isaiah. And then any of our social, Instagram and Facebook, just send out a message, and we'd love to answer any questions that you have.
Awesome. So we definitely want your questions. Again, hashtag Ask Isaiah, and we'll be on here, I think you said every other day, right?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. We'll see you then.
All right.
See you next time. Bye.